Ederson becomes Manchester United's first signing of the summer window. A deal has been agreed. We've got the here we go. We've got the Fabrizio Romano stuff. A deal has been done. The deal is going to be official in July, but it's a here we go. And Manchester United have acted very quickly on this deal. Agreement in principle between Manchester United and Atalanta. Fee is 40 million plus for 40.5 million plus 4.5 million in add-ons. He's already agreed terms. The medical is to follow. So listen, it's a deal that we know United have wanted to get done for a very, very long time. It's finally been done now. We can finally focus on other targets. Manchester United reached an agreement with Atalanta to sign midfielder Ederson in an early statement of intent ahead of the next season. The 26-year-old Brazilian will move to Old Trafford for 40.5 million, which is a £35 million fixed fee plus 4 million in potential add-ons. Personal terms are in place on a proposed contract until June 2030, while there's an option to extend by an additional 12 months. So he's an initial 4-year deal with an option for a further year, which again is not too long of a contract. He's been on a long list. He still must undergo medical, and all parties intend to complete the switch in early July. He has long been a target of United, but United prioritised, and given he would become a free agent in the summer, they were able to negotiate a price considerably lower than figures quoted in previous markets. It would represent a purposeful start to transfer window, with United needing to bolster the midfield, and with Casemiro's exit, they're likely to seek further reinforcement in the area of the pitch, given the possibility of further departures and Michael Carrick's side qualifying for the Champions League. Now listen, Ederson's not going to lie and say that I know too much about him. He's a player who obviously plays for Atalanta. He's a very, very good sort of ball winner. He's not your priority midfielder that you go out and he comes in and solves all the problems, but he's someone who is an improvement on Ugarte. He's someone that we've got in early in the window. I mean, the window don't open for another 2 weeks, and United have already got their first player. It's a statement of intent. Again, he's a player that United obviously have heavily wanted, and the intention has certainly been there to sign him. That's been there for a while. To get the first here we go this early is, again, fantastic. And listen, he might not be the best player. He might not be someone who's going to set the world alight, but he's someone who can definitely give us an option in midfield. There'll be certain profiles where where games will suit that. And again, I don't think many people will complain if he's like your third choice midfielder. If he's your main priority midfielder, which reports were suggesting that he could be the Casemiro replacement, I don't think there will be. The article states there that United are still looking for other players to bring in. But this was one that United were adamant on signing. You know, there's been talks about it for a very, very long time. And it was someone who United obviously wanted to sign. They've obviously seen something that potentially we might haven't, and 35 million isn't shabby, and it allows us to spend on other big midfielders to come in. Again, there's a big concern of players coming from the Italian league to the Premier League. We've seen it firsthand. Onana struggled, Højlund struggled, and that's going to be a concern, but the definite potentials there in terms of the signing. The players obviously wanted to join Manchester United, which is something that you need. And he does have European experience. He's played in Champions League games before. He's not going to the World Cup, so he will be able to sort of get to United as soon as possible and will be there for the start of pre-season. So he's definitely someone who is aware of that, and that deal has been agreed. So yeah, it's a 4-year contract, 45 million 40.5 million euros, which is 35 million pounds. And again, let's just hope he can have a big impact in this team. As I said, he probably plays a number 6, but can also play as a number 8. The data team, everyone aligned at Manchester United has been on board with this deal, and they do hope that he can become a top level Manchester United player. Now it's all about Manchester United focusing on getting the other players in. We've already got one signing through the window, and the window hasn't even opened, so now it's going to get your Anderson, your Tchouaméni, which I'm sure they'll all be looking at. But this one is a deal they've massively wanted to get done. Like, he's been talked about for a few years. There's been talks about him going to sort of Atletico Madrid and other clubs, so let's hope he does work out in the United shirt and you do back him when you see him on the pitch. I'm sure he will get the support, and I think he is a player who would do well in the United shirt. So let's see what does happen with him. But that is the latest news. Manchester United reached an agreement with Atalanta to sign midfielder Ederson in an early statement and he will move to Old Trafford in early July and will undergo his medical. So let's see what he's about. This would be a perfect opportunity to see him. Obviously, it is a risk with him not playing Premier League football before, but I mean, that's the risk we're willing to take. And United have obviously done a lot of research into him and decided that he is a player that they should go for. So yeah, the first day we go over the summer. Hopefully, there's many more to come.